What's up guys, Zhang here, and today we have another ranked gameplay featuring a trio, Saber, Akai and Franco. We are thinking of, well, because Franco is not really a frontline tank, we can always have another tank to help us tank a little bit. So let's just get started and talk about our team composition. On our team we have two tanks, Akai and Franco. I'm the off tank while Akai is the main tank, so he'll be doing most of the tanking. We have one assassin, Saber, and a support, Rafaela, as well as one mage, Cyclops. At first I was thinking of cutting a lane, but it seems like our team hasn't caught up yet, so immediately moved back. Looks like Grok is pretty deep into our team. He has used Petrify, Rafaela is in a bad position. He has saw opportunity to hook Grok, and Grok is gonna die first. But of course Rafaela was also very low, and we have an even trade out over there. So as Franco, because I'm not a main tank, I can't really tank damage, so to speak. So I normally will not stay in the front line unless I engage with a hook. Especially since on the enemy team we have a Ruby. They managed to hook Bane. Bane used Flicker to get out. And we're all pretty low at this point, so we're gonna go back and regen. So one of the good things about Franco is you can just get advantage really early on in the game. I mean, like, people talk about, yeah, Grok is some bullshit because his early game damage is insane. But well, a good Franco hook is better than a Grok, because Grok's first ability is a small range. But of course, granted, Franco's hook is much harder to land, and Franco's hook is only single target, which is kind of why I think Grok still needs to be nerfed somehow. His early game damage is still too much. And here we saw Cyclops coming over to help. We managed to get a kill onto Bane. And we are gonna continue as well and try to get Ruby. Unfortunately my hook is on cooldown, so I'm unable to secure the last hit. But that's okay. We're just gonna use this time to get the minion. Looks like Grok wants some of the action. He managed to take our river crab, but he's gonna get punished for that because he went 1v3. Took quite a lot of tower damage because I was just absent-mindedly moving in. So seeing Ruby is here, he's just gonna move back. Because Ruby is probably the best, has probably the best crowd control in the game right now. Cho has pretty good ones as well, but all of his is his first skill is AoE, but his ultimate is single target. So in terms of CC, Ruby is really strong, but of course, just as all fighters, Ruby is like very squishy. Here we saw that Grok come in. I didn't manage to land a hook before that, and here he's gonna pay for it because you're unable to get a kill onto anyone, and with that dash, Ruby is able to get away. And here I'm going to die as well. Cyclops is here to help, but unfortunately he can't do much because since I went in without my hook. It's a pretty big mistake. And another thing is they had the lead on us. Grok managed to land his first ability onto I think 2 of us. And Bane's splash damage hit us and revealed us in the bush. So yeah, it's an overlook on that part because we don't really play against Bane. But it's okay, we'll learn next time because of his splash damage. And here just gonna take revenge of this retard. And just gonna pull back immediately. Because Franco is just one-shot tank. So you just isolate one target, you get a kill, and then you back off until you can find an opportunity to get another one. And here we're looking to gank mid because we saw Arifel there. Unfortunately, there's a minion in the way, piece of shit, and unable to get the kill. But Akai jumped in with ultimate, and in the 4v1 situation, there's no way Marksman would survive. And now we're going back to bottom lane because it seems like they've been pushing our tower. Unable to accurately land a blind hook. Ironic, accurately land a blind hook. Our team seems to be chasing Grok, but there's no point really. Once more, just looking for targets. Ideal target for us will be Bane, but here we hook Grok, so it's okay anyway. Akai used ultimate. Unfortunately, Bane was only stuck on the wall. He wasn't pushed into turret range, and he managed to get away. Ruby is in a bad spot, but somebody used weaken. I think it was Rafaela. Rafaela used weaken. Rafaela used weaken. We are unable to follow up on that because my hook was on cooldown. But it's okay. Now that my team is all going back, I'm just gonna stay in turret range and do this tower. Not really tower hug though, because I have a hook after all, and they have to respect that range. If Bane decides to come close, I missed my hook. Okay, never mind. Looks like Akai jumped in again. Horrible ultimate. Cyclops is out of Grok, not my target, so it's not much of a point. Ruby has managed a very nice hook. And here we're just gonna isolate this Ruby right here and get a kill. As for the rest of the team, not really my concern. And Akai is gonna die for jumping all the way in. Grok is really low. Managed to land a hook onto Bane as well. So we managed to clean up this fight, even though it was pretty messy, because Ruby managed to land a hook. And of course, after a successful team fight, small team fight, we're gonna take down this bottom tower. And Rafaela wants to take the river crab, but we saw that our Saber looks to be in some sort of trouble. So we're just gonna come around, see if we can get a gank on the enemy. The aim is to get Athena if possible. And then now we saw Hardy at the top. So we decided, okay, let's get the Hardy. And unfortunately, there's minions in the way again. And unable to hook Hardy, had to hook the minion in between. So that's kind of a problem. I just want to I need to mention that Franco is pretty team comp reliant in many cases. You need a good wave clearer on your team, in your trio at least, so that you'll be able to do your job properly. It makes your life much easier. I mean, if you don't have those pesky minions in the way, you can easily get. I could have easily gotten more kills or assists and so on. Something seems to be going on in top, and both Panda and Saber died. And we're just rotating the top to defend the tower if possible. And looks like it is not. Cyclops looks to be in some sort of trouble. Managed to hook Grok, but he has Immortality, so he's gonna revive, and he uses his ultimate to get out. At this point, there's not really much use in chasing a tank because, well, yeah, just don't chase a tank. It's too difficult to kill. Right? Saber and Akai managed to isolate this Athena into the wall. Here looking for another hook opportunity. Unfortunately, that hook didn't land onto Ruby. And we have to continue. But since we have an early lead, we can take this enemy buff quick and try to push the tower if possible. But it looks like it's a little bit dangerous, especially with so much CC on the team. I'm not sure where I was hooking there. Akai has jumped in once again without me hooking, so we have to follow up, right? And Athena is still here. Land the hook. Once a precious stun, a few seconds stun. Help us secure the kill onto the Athena. And at this point, Since the enemy team is wiped out, we're gonna push as far as we can, and if we have enough time, we'll push the base. But it looks like in about now, Grok has revived, and we are unable to push the base immediately, or we will risk killing ourselves. So we're just gonna take the enemy jungle and clear out our lanes and stuff. So Franco is not really the best wave player because his abilities don't deal much damage, and they cost quite a lot of mana, especially his hook. His largest damage ability is his hook, and it costs a lot, so it just takes forever to clear the wave. But it seems like nothing much is going on, and the enemy team looks to be concentrated at top, so I'm just gonna push a tower with Franco. Wow, nobody has ever done that before. So anyway, seems like the enemy team is coming for me, so I'm just gonna leave. We're just gonna wait here, because there's a potential for some ambush, and here we managed to hook onto Hardy. Now we can spiral the team fight from here if we manage to get another engage. If Akai decides to jump in, Akai has decided to jump in, but he used Petrify, and it totally messed up my hook, because I was aiming for the direction where Irisel was going. Here we are having a pretty successful team fight. Grok nowhere to be seen. Looks like he's in base, and I'm just gonna BM his face by missing a hook. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just bad. I just missed my hook. So that will be the game for us. GG, well played. It was a very interesting match, I guess. The battle between the strongest early game tank, Grok, and strongest if you flicker hook anyone into your tower, Franco. So it's a pretty good team fight. So as for Franco, if you can't really establish an early game advantage, it will be really difficult for you to win the game. But of course, if you do, then this happens, yeah. It's just a snowball game. If you can land your hook, it just makes a huge difference. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That will be all from me. This is Zhang XYO signing off. I see you guys in a little bit.